Hi everyone, welcome back to Brookdale Farm. Well, today we are crutching the sheep. This means cleaning up around their butts, just taking off a little bit of the wool, and this helps to stop the flies and the dags and everything like that. We've got Arne in helping us again today. He does a brilliant job with the sheep and gives me a chance to keep all the wool dealt with, pick out all the stain and the dags and stuff, and keep that all separate. So when we're crutching the sheep, we just clean up quickly between the two back legs, around the udders, or around the pizzle in the males, and then down each back leg. Now, last week when I started messaging Arne about getting this done, all the sheep were pretty clean, but we were just starting to get blowflies and the cakeweed was all coming out. In that week, a lot of them have been gorging on the cakeweed, and this gives them the runs and makes them pretty dirty around the back end, and they're all a bit muddy from being in the yards. Once Arne has cleaned it up, we want to just quickly go through the wool. Most of this is pretty dirty, unfortunately, but we just want to pick out the stain and dirt, really daggy bits, and any of the clean bits to keep separate. Nipper also likes to keep an eye on everything that's going on in the shearing shed, waiting for his turn to go and do his job. We're putting a red dot on the forehead of this sheep because it is a wether. That is a male sheep that has been castrated. So we're going to draft some of these off and keep them separate so that we can take them off to the butchers sometime soon. If they've got a lot of wool around their face and eyes that's just making life difficult, the shearers will often just clean up their face quickly as well. The roustabout's job today is to keep the wool out of the way of the shearer, and to pick out any of the clean bits, the stained bits and the dags, and put them in separate bins. This is usually a pretty quick process. The pile on the floor in front of me is the dags, and true dags shouldn't have that much wool in them, but this is just going to be going on the garden, so it doesn't matter at this point for me. If there's a little bit more wool mixed in with them than there probably should be. Okay, so what do we end up with at the end of crutching? Well, the sheep were pretty dirty this time, so because it's rained so much, look out, and we've had a fair bit of mud in the yards. They got a bit muddy, so I've pulled quite a lot out. This is dags and heavy stain. You can sell this, but the best, and I could pluck a bit, I could probably get a bit more of the wool out of here than I have. The best use for this is on your garden. Particularly rose bushes love it, but just about anything makes everything grow really well. We've then got a little bit of light stained wool. A lot of this is mud stain, and it would actually wash out in the wool scours, but I've pulled it out anyway. And we've got a little bit of nice clean wool. Now, if I'd crutched these a week earlier, most of this would have been in the clean wool. Both the clean wool and the stained wool is saleable, but it's not worth a huge amount, and you don't actually get an awful lot of it. The most important thing that we end up with after crutching is a bundle of sheep with nice clean butts that the flies aren't going to give us a problem with for the next month and a half. This is about the best the sheep ever look. They have been sitting in the dirt since they got crutched, so they've lost a bit of their nice whiteness. Anyway, I hope you've enjoyed this little video. Thanks very much for watching, and I hope to see you again next time. Bye!